Now, for overgrown, I already have an idea. Its build, I'm not too sure about, so we'll see how it goes as I go along. So, my first instinct when I was thinking overgrown was maybe vines or like poisonous thorns, and I was like, everyone's gonna be doing vines and thorns and prickly bushes, and I was right. I saw a glimpse of some people's artwork, and I said, nope. I need to do something a little different. So I figured something nasty. You ever been on a train or anywhere public and you see a person with the most nastiest looking nails? They just don't take care of themselves. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of overgrown I'm doing. So I have this nice wrinkly hand ready to go. I'm basically doing a claw next to me. The claw! As I try to get this just right. Alright. Ouch. Ooh, it actually kind of hurt holding that. Alright, so we're going to jump. So I got the basic shape. Just going to do some nasty. This is Shaquana's nail. And they keep telling her, girl, you got to trim those nails. But she thinks she's beautiful, so what are you going to do? Now, if you've ever actually seen people with literally uncut nails that just keep going and going and going, the nail will not just curve inward, it will sometimes kind of corkscrew, and it's nasty. I warn you, never ever look up the Guinness World Record for the longest nails. That's when you see the nails start to corkscrew. It is not pretty. Let's give these fingers a bit of an exaggeration in the knuckle wrinkle. I was once trying to draw a really finely detailed hand, but because I focused so much on all the little individual wrinkles, it came out looking more reptilian, so I kind of ran with it, and the drawing I was doing, which was meant to be a person, became more of a snake person. Just like, in other words, don't examine the human body too closely. You won't like what you see. Every artist will tell you that hands are among the hardest thing to get right. Getting all the digits right, making sure, they don't come out looking too big or too small. The worst thing is when you get the hand just right, but then you realize it's actually kind of massive when compared to the rest of the body. So if anyone ever tells you, I'm great at drawing hands, they're lying to you. They are absolute liar. No artist just naturally knows how to draw hands. So when I draw a hand, like even this one, which is all nasty, I'm actually quite happy the way it looks. Sure, it's all grotesque and everything, but it is what I was aiming for. In high school, and even a little bit now, as I struggle to find my quote-unquote style. People will tell me, oh, it's a little animated, but it's not anime. All these different opinions of what my style was, and you know what I was trying to aim for. I noticed for a while I would do overly dramatic shading, like almost like the person was made out of weird black and white patches, if that makes sense. I don't know. I just did that, and it, nothing really looked realistic, but I liked it for some reason. And I got slightly better as I went along. Practice. And that's why even now, Inktober is my chance to practice. With inking and cross-hatching. Frank Cho, I am not, but we can all dream, can't we? I had a teacher in college. His name was Sal. Sal the Sicilian, and he let you know he was Sicilian because he was very proud of that. You should be proud. And he was adamant about teaching like the old way of shading, where there are no lines. You could sketch a line, but in the end, I want you to shade it so much the line disappears, and only the shadow is what matters. And this obviously isn't a perfect example of it. Heck no, it's not a perfect example of it, but I did learn from that. There we go. Boom. Done. As I lose the cap to my pen. No. Okay. So this was, once again, Inktober 2019. Day 14. Overgrown. Now that looks wicked. I am liking that. Oh, that looks wicked. Just a little bit. I'm a little bit on the wrist. There we go. All right. So now we move on to the next one. Now the problem here is that I'm not sure what I want to do for build. The most common, and it's been done a few times, is building a Frankenstein, building something of horror. I don't know. That's shown up everywhere online so far. So we need to figure out what we're going to do here. How about something a little spooky but funny? So we got an ominous-looking fellow in a top hat. He's a fancy fellow. He's a creepy old man. Fancy vest. Carrying one of those old-timey kind of, what's it called, ball peen hammers. There we go. He's a carpenter. He's the, I guess you could say the worst, not the worst, but the sad part of being a carpenter. Because someone has to build them. someone gotta take those measurements. It's funny, whenever they do a Western movie, either the was it mortician? I think it's mortician. He's either very excited about his job or just always really eerie and depressed about it. It's either one of the two. It's never anyone who just sees it as a job and is like, this is part of life. No, it's like, life is cruel. Or they're really, really freaking excited about it. I can't help but think of Back to the Future when like all these people are offering Marty McFly all this stuff. If he beats, is it Buford? I think it's Buford. Buford Tannen at a gunfight. And then one guy's like, have a hat. One guy's like, I'm gonna buy you a drink. And then one guy comes in and starts measuring him, and he's like, listen, I'm measuring for a suit. And he goes, listen, I don't need a suit. He goes, oh no, this is for something else. And you realize the guy is the freaking mortician. There we go. Kind of a pinstripe vest he's wearing. Kind of. All right. And that is build. Day 5. Build. Awesome. Once again, thank you to everyone who showed up on the live stream. Thank you to everyone who will be watching this on YouTube. As always, I will be doing these every weekday, time and life giving me the chance to, every weekday, every weekend as well, at 8:30 p.m. live on Instagram. Leave comments, all the good stuff. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the future. Later.